Hi everyone, this is AlphaAli. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing okay. So today I'm doing a VOD review. This is actually for Fairings. This is actually Fairings' first ever VOD review. I've not done one for them previously. It is plat free and it's a win. They only play Mercy, and the things they want to work on is I know that switching is holding me back at some point. But while I'm saving up for money for a PS5, I'd like some advice in general on how to improve my gameplay and my Valks. I hate my Valks. Okay, so first of all, Fairings, I 100% respect you for playing on the Switch. As a girly who used to play on the Switch, I started playing this game on the Switch. I 100% see your struggle. If people don't know, when you play on the Switch, it's like 30 FPS compared to when you're playing on console, especially some of the new gens, it's on 120. And also, like, on PC, you can have even more. So first of all, props to you for playing this game on the Switch because it's horrendous. But yeah, I think we'll definitely have a look, obviously, for just improving your gameplay. I feel like your main issue is Valks by what you've just stated to me, so I think we'll definitely have a look at some of the Valks. I guess we'll kind of like just get into it, but first of all, before we do begin, you guys can get your own VOD views for 7,500 channel points. I do them on my Twitch on Sundays, but also stream on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays too. The VODs are completely for free. All you have to do is essentially just turn up to the streams, earn your 7.5k channel points by just watching the streams, and then redeem a VOD on the Sunday streams, and I'm more than happy to do them live, and then they get uploaded onto YouTube afterwards as well. But yeah, we do have Zombie Doctor on as well. I don't think we might have done like one Zombie Doctor VOD before, but honestly, it's been such a long while because I feel like the skin is so underrated. It's such a pretty skin. Looking at your team comp, we have a Pharah, a Hanzo, a Marga, and also a Moira. Overall, a really, really great comp because obviously, we have Pharah to pocket. Moira's really good sustainable, for your Marga and your Hanzo and everything. So yeah, so I guess we're kind of like just head into it. We need more Zombie Doctor. Dude, it's such a nice skin, honestly. Loving it so far though, already to begin with. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I'm gonna give you your first piece of advice right now, Fairings. If you can, try to use some more GA cancels when you're playing with your Pharah. Because already the first 3 GAs that you've done with your Pharah has been a GA super jump. Now, the issue with your GA super jump is the fact that it increases your GA cooldown considerably. And it actually means that if the Pharah then decides to, like, engage now while you've just done that mini super jump, it means you're going to get left behind and you're not going to be able to follow up on the Pharah. What you want to do is you want to try and utilize as many cancel GAs as you can. So, for example, I'll give you a really good example. I was kind of afraid of them having snipers, which is completely fine. But we're in cover, right? So let's talk about it. So that's fine. Okay, this one. We could just do a GA cancel, and can you see how we're still behind cover with the Pharah? And we can have that just vibe here, obviously, then we'll start to float down a bit, but still GA cancel. We can play behind this barrier now. We don't need to be doing the little mini super jumps, which will increase our GA cooldown massively. So if we can, try just to do them little, like, cancel GAs, which will keep you in beam range of your Pharah, but also means if the Pharah then goes in, we can then stay with her, basically. Alright? That's just like a quick little Pharah tip. Really, really great so far, though. Obviously, we're trying to, like, help. That's a fine, obviously, super jump because you want to try and keep that high. Nice. You can make that once again a GA cancel with your Pharah there. Point proven. Can you see how, like, you've ended up just kind of you're out of the beam range now because of that little, like, mini super jump? If we did that little GA cancel, it could have meant that we could have, like, had our GA earlier and already be pushed up with our Pharah. It's fine to just get from our Pharah, like, ever so slightly every once in a while, but we want to try and keep our beam up time and be able to try and keep with her as much as possible. So make sure we're doing a little GA cancel there instead. Alright, we'll keep going though. Nice positioning here. Nice. Once again, so with this is absolutely fine. You're going in to go and help the Pharah. Really, really great. Remember where your honor is, though. The honor can very easily just turn to you and start shooting you instead. So if you can, try just to make this a sling to be with your Pharah and make sure you're still in that cover. Other than that, really, really great so far. Bloodshen's getting picked off. That's fine. You can rotate out. And look for a res. Nice res. Obviously in the cover as well. Really, really great. Nice ping as well into the honor. Really, really great so far. Overall, though, you're doing really, really well. Like, you're helping this Pharah really, really effectively. Lovely res as well in the cover. Really, really great. Nice. Just once again, make that little GA cancel. Nice. Nice. I love your use of cover with this Pharah. Very, very nice. Lovely res as well behind the cover. I cannot fault what's it called. You played with a Pharah right now, Fairings, honestly. You're playing with your Pharah really, really well, because I see so many people not knowing what to do with Pharahs, and like they really, really struggle. But honestly, apart from these like little mini what's it called? Apart from these like little mini super jump things, you're following on really, really nice. Alright everyone, sorry, we had a bit of an issue with the music was still playing, but my chat seems to really want the music still on, so we're keeping the music on. Anyway, so we've just kind of finished that team fight. Obviously, I was just complimenting you on how well you play with your Pharah, because it's really, really great. Okay, this is the point where I push up a little bit. Obviously, your Pharah's a little bit AFK right now, so what I would do is I'd push up kind of with your hands a little bit, just to make sure that, you know, he's going to start, like, you know, pushing up and doing stuff, I guess. Basically up, pushing up. So I go and help him a little bit while your Pharah is like currently AFK. Nice heals, nice positioning, really, really great. Once again, same thing again with the super jump, because I feel like this super jump has got you panicked and you're like, oh my gosh, and then we pop the Valk because we feel like the thing is the Pharah is gonna die. Okay, right now we do not need to Valk this. Okay. We want to try and Valk when the enemy team is going to, like, fully engage with us. Right now, obviously we have Orisa, who's, like, not really pushed out properly. Our Bap, who's currently not pushed out properly. Hanzo, who's, like, not pushed out properly either. Arna's in spawn, and our soldiers just died. I was afraid of the Hanzo. Honestly, do not be sweet. You are completely fine in this scenario, and you do not need to Valk it. All we needed to do is, instead of doing the little mini super jump, do a little GA across. I'll tell you what, Eva, if you're going to be free at the end of the squad, would you mind joining me in the practice range? I want to show Fairings how we can do like the GA counts with the Pharah, if that's okay. Because I feel like it would be good to kind of like visually see it as well, because it's all going to be saying, oh, do a cancel GA, do a cancel GA. It's, you know, I feel like it'd be so much more worthwhile if I like, what's it called? If I like physically showed you how we could do the cancel GAs. Because other than that, like, you're playing with your Pharah so well, sweet. But yeah, obviously we don't need to Valk here. We want to try and wait for the enemy team to either want to engage into us, or we want to engage into the enemy team before we go to Valk. But we keep going. Obviously, nice positioning with the Valk. I love how we're still keeping in that cover with our Valk though. Really, really great. Nice heals, obviously, because we want to try and keep her up. Nice. Lovely help with your Pharah once again. Really, really great. Really, really good Orisa along with the dragons. That's all good. Now, so you're just backing out here. Spawn's right here. So we can just, honestly, we can just sit in the spawn right now. Your Moira will very easily be able to, what's it called, to get out and everything. So you can just, what's it called, you could just head out and just, what's it called, just kind of vibe in the, what's it called, the spawn here. And wait for your team, but it's all good. Now, so reset. Love how you backed out, because obviously you knew it was going to be a lost fight. Really, really great. We go again. Nice heals here. That's unfortunate. Let's have a look at this. We can get this res off. Didn't notice we capped second point. No, honestly, I feel like it's so, like, I don't know, it feels like whenever you cap this point, it's like, oh, we've capped it. Like, you get so surprised. It's like, oh, capped it. Because it's like such a weird spot, I feel like. Right. We can res this. The reasoning is because our Morg is going to push up and be really, really aggressive onto these guys now. Gives us a perfect opportunity for us just to do a quick little sneak through. And we can just res here. Because this platform will completely block out the LOS of all these guys' main, basically. So we can just hop, like, quickly back here and just do a quick res onto the Pharah. Allow you guys to kind of push up really, really quickly here. That's all good. We end up kind of backing around anyways. Nice heals onto Hanzo. Once Hanzo's a little bit healthier here, we don't actually need to heal him up to full. The reasoning is because Moira's in Cole, and she's obviously using it to go and help the team, so we don't actually need to kind of stay and just, you know, heal. We can actually push the damage boost a little bit sooner. We can either damage boost our Moira, we can damage boost Morga, we can just damage boost anyone here until our Pharah gets back. So we keep going. Nice to be good to damage boost our Hanzo. Damage boost Morg as he goes in. Absolutely beautiful. Nice heals, because obviously he's ended up taking a lot of damage. I'd go and help. Yes, nice. Lovely. Nice. Obviously we still need to help him. Our Morga is losing a lot of HP here. We can GA across here. Remember, if we ever want to cross a thing like this, for example, we can just GA. Like, a GA will be quick enough. What we can do as well, if you're really, really scared about this GA, is do a quick little look down and away like this. The reasoning is because if we rotate our body as we're GAing and rotate our head hitbox like this, it means that it is completely what's called, our head hitbox is completely covered, and it means that we'll probably only take body shots. Another thing we can do as well, if you are on console, is you can do what is called the seesaw GA. With the seesaw GA, you just GA across like this. However, Mercy's body acts like a seesaw when she does it, because it tries to start the res animation and will lift her head up and will like tilt her body kind of like a seesaw. I feel like you keep on like lifting it and letting it down basically. So you have two options. You can either do a little seesaw or you can like look away. The look away one's easier to get to your Morga basically, because remember you have to, you know, you don't have a support that's going to be able to come and help him because you have that Moira. So just kind of rotate across. You could just GA. Nice damage boost. But yeah, I would have definitely GA'd to go and like, what's it called, to go and help there a little bit sooner. Lovely res though, and obviously the Pharah is there to distract for the res as well, which is really, really great. But I feel like we could have definitely prevented the Morga from dying if we just GA'd across. Remember, don't be too scared to GA across. Our GA, that's what our GA, like, our GA is there for. It is to be able to GA across these high grounds and everything. Sorry, GA across, like, pieces from cover to cover to keep ourselves safe. Nice damage boost here onto your hands as well. Really, really great. Sorry. Obviously, no dragons. Nice damage boost once again. We've got our Pharah back. So we know Visor's going to be behind. We can pop Valk. Nice. Good Valk. Like this Valk. Unfortunately, your Morga hasn't fallen, but really, really nice use of the Valk. Lovely res. Love this res instantaneously because you know that you have to res it now. Really, really nice. And then I love how you have that escape route. You know that your team is here in order to escape. Really, really nice. Because I see so many people that will just res and be like, yay! And then they'll just die. Okay? I love how, like, you've done this risky res and you know exactly how you want to get out of that res. Really, really nice Fairings. We'll keep going, though. Remember, we don't need to kind of, like, fully sling ourselves back as well. We can just do a little, like, cancel and then go straight back to damage boosting if we want to. That's my only, like, little nitpicky bit about it, is just try and get back to damage boosting these guys a little bit sooner. But with that, really, really great, what's they called? Great res. Nice. I push your damage boost here. Morga's really, really healthy right now. And also your Pharah is really, really healthy. Push that damage boost a little bit more. Obviously, we have to heal now because it's taking a chunk of damage. You guys end up getting in. Absolutely beautiful so far, Fairings. Honestly, I hardly have any issues with you so far. I think the only things are obviously to stop doing the little super jumps, which I'll kind of show you how we can stay with the Pharah a little bit easier in a second. And I think the other thing is do not be scared to cross a piece of cover in order to just like try and go and help someone, because I feel like that's the reason why the Morga died. But other than that, really, really great. Love how you're, as well, whenever your Pharah's not there, you're going up to go and help damage boost your what's called your Hanzo, for example. I love, honestly, really, really, really great plays so far right now, Fairings. But we'll keep going. Obviously, so we're now on defense. Lovely position already I can see so far with the Pharah. Really, really great. Nice. Nice heals, because obviously you know the, what's it called? The Moira isn't going to be there. If we need an escape route here, by the way, you know, our Pharah is still going to be there. So as you can see the Morg kind of backing out now. What I'd be doing is I'd be chaining up to the Pharah now, just to try and, like, you know, help the Pharah engage in, basically. Unfortunately, we don't end up Jane, so we just end up backing out, which is completely fine. Nice heals. Obviously, you have to heal Morga right now, since your Moira is Oh, your Moira tried to help the Hanzo. Okay, that's fair enough. But yeah, as you can see, you know, your Pharah's busy. So your Moira's busy. So I love how, like, you're helping your tank right now. Really, really great. Nice. Make sure that we're... Yes, beautiful. I'm just about to say, make sure we're Jane back into cover. You did all you could for that Morga, can I just say? That is completely not on you. I'd be looking to kind of meet up back up with your Pharah right now, though. So we know that our Pharah is still alive and is our main blue beam target, so we can go back up to go and help her. Because I feel like we're kind of backing out right now without her. If we can, try just to meet up with her a little bit sooner. But nice. Fortunate with the soldier. Okay. What we want to do is we want to try and not trade out people for reses. What I mean by this is I feel like we took too long in order to just try and have this res. And we're also backing out a little bit too soon, I feel like, as well. Thank you, Sleep Lamp, as well, for the raid suite. We're currently just doing some Mercy VOD reviews. You're more than welcome to stay along. But thank you so much for the raid suite. What was I saying? Yes, so we end up kind of waiting too long in order to go for this res, basically. What I'd rather is, so, Soldier dies. As Soldier dies, Pharah goes in. Okay? I would rather, at this point, you just committed with the Pharah. Or you have to come with your Pharah and say, I'm going to res this soldier. Okay? Because all she's going to do, she's just going to think, yee, like, you know, and then just go forward and start, like, you know, what's it called? I was thinking that the Pharah would, I was thinking that the Pharah would go in so hard. So, this is unfortunately, especially because what we're in plat, aren't we? We're like mid-plat, okay. Unfortunately, people in mid-plat don't really realize when we need to try and res people and when people need to kind of like back off, unless if we tell them. We would have to tell the Pharah to do it. If this was like, what's it called? If this was like one of my games, for example, people would know, oh, let's back off for a second, allow the Mercy to res, and heck, they'd even like body block for me and stuff like that, okay? It's just one of them where you have to just communicate it and be like, I'm going to res the soldier. I feel like it's definitely the correct decision to res the soldier here because it allows him to come back and then he can just go back up to the Pharah. But because we haven't calmed it with the... That sun is so bright. Because we haven't calmed it with the Pharah ends up going in basically. So if you can, try just to make sure that you either communicated with her or just commit in with the Pharah and then look for a res a little bit later on. Another thing as well is we end up kind of waiting really long for this res. I don't really understand why. Like, we kind of like just back off and it's like, we need to res it as quick as possible, basically. 4 ends up dying. You can see what you guys end up doing though. So Margaret's gonna go push in, that is fine. What we can do here is we can utilize the high ground here. If you want to, we can just G ourselves up onto the high ground. And then we have a really good like piece of cover here where we can, you know, help the Morga out. But we can also sit and damage reduce the soldier when it's, what's it called? When he comes in. So I think definitely we can still, like, you know, flip the beams between these guys if we rotate it up here. But your Morga, once again, is very, very aggressive. Team fight's lost, so at this point we just need to look to back out. Nice. Lovely backing out. Oh, we switched to Reaper now instead of Pharah as well, so obviously our main blue beam is going to be our soldier. So I'm going to look to see how you play now with obviously without the Pharah. Obviously just kind of waiting about now, which is great. Obviously waiting for your tank, which is fine so far. Nice. What we want to do is try and just kind of like just hop about in this kind of open bit. If you can, try to rotate yourself to be kind of behind here or something, just in case someone just peeks this corner. Like, for example, say they want to chase down the Reaper and they peek. We're, like, stood completely in the LOS and we could definitely take some, like, damage that we shouldn't do. If we can, try just to rotate ourselves just so we're behind this piece of cover. But that really, really great so far. Nice heals onto Soldier. Okay. This Valk is a little bit too early. I understand what you want to do with it because you want to try and, you know, help these guys, but you still want to stay kind of in cover. But we have to realize where the enemy team is. The enemy team is all the way back here. And these guys, you know, your team, because your team is a very kind of close, like mid to close range team, you can't really help you know, they can't really do too much damage to these guys. You want to try and wait for them to kind of be like here-ish. And as soon as you see them kind of peering around that coach bus thing, whatever it is, then you want to pop the Valk, okay? But we keep going. Nice positioning with the Valk though. Nice try to help the Marga out. Really, really great. Nice heals as well. Just once again, he takes so much damage. Backing out. Just as you're doing this, just keep an eye on to your soldier, because obviously he's ended up being by himself now. I tried to initiate a team fight, but something went wrong. No, it's the right sweep. Honestly, I feel like it's good that you want to try and initiate the team fight, but I feel like at that point, especially when you're on defense, you can't really initiate a team fight on defense. It's more so you have to wait for the enemy team to push into you. And then at that point, then you can go and do your Valk, okay? When you're on attack, you can definitely initiate with a team, with a Valk. What I do here, by the way, is I would be rotating up onto the high ground. The reason is because the soldier's probably going to go on meters at some point, although he's just decided to kind of like just vibe there for now. But at this point, we're kind of like just waiting out for our Morgan to respawn, because it's kind of fed a few times. Nice, we can res that. Really, really nice. Soldiers don't get picked off, that's fine. It's a 4v4 at this point. Okay. Try if you can to not be doing these cancel GAs. Oh, sorry, these little backwards GAs. The reason is because it's putting your GA cooldown on such like a big, what's it called? A really like big cooldown basically that you don't want. I would rather you would use your, what would be your little mini backwards GAs to get into the team. Like, for example, get your beam onto this Reaper and then quickly fling back. And then you could just kind of just sit here. Because what, you know, when you do these little backwards GAs, is this helping you out at all? No. Because it's not helping your positioning at all. It's not changing your positioning. You're just doing these like little like mini backwards GAs just to kind of vibe about here, basically. So if you feel like that you have to kind of fidget and just do stuff as you're playing as Mercy, try instead not to use your GA and kind of like just sit and crouch spam or just walk about or something, like strafe like this, for example. Don't be using your GA. You want to use your GA for big movements like this, for example, to go and help your Reaper. We don't want to be kind of wasting our little backwards GA, because look, now our GA is on a 2-second cooldown and we're not going to have it in order to go and help the Reaper. So it's just something to bear in mind. Obviously, he's gone out now, which is really, really great. Go back to damage boosting Marga. We now go to heal Marga because he's really, really weak. Still trying to heal Marga. That's fine that you're still healing Marga because he takes so much damage. We can damage boost now, though, definitely. Soldier's going to drop behind and Visor. But he ends up getting taken out. That's not on you. Because you had to stay and help Marga because he was taking so much damage. Lovely damage boost, though. Nice. I stick the heal. Okay, so we know that Marga has ult right now. We actually want to commit in with him with this. So what we want to do is we want to try and, like, help heal and commit in with the, what's it called? With the Marga. The reason is because the Marga will just provide us with our own free cover. Like, look at this. Can the Orisa shoot through this? No. You could just, honestly, you could just vibe and jiggle peek with your Marga right now. So if you know that the Marga wants to use his ult, just kind of J forward and jiggle peek and help him out, basically. Because I feel like we do end up kind of just letting him die. Very risky res with what's called with the Marga ult, but I fully understand what you wanted to do. And I actually kind of respect it, because I would have done the exact same. But I feel like we should have definitely been tracking that ult a little bit sooner, so we know when the Marga's going to want to go in, so we can definitely sit there and help out. But so good, we have a Bastion now, so Bastion's going to be our main blue beam targets. Nice helping the Reaper. Nice, okay. I don't like where your position right now. I would rather, this is fine where you are, but move it to here. The reasoning is because if you're stood here, it makes it, so what you want to do as Mercy is you want to try and close angles. With this one, as you can see, people are going to come main, and you're out completely out in the LOS by standing here. But what we can do is we can close the angle and play here. So it means then that people will have to come and literally push up all the way to about here to be able to see you. You want to try and make it so the enemy team cannot see you at all, and you can do this by closing this angle up, basically, to make them really walk forward. I had a really bad time keeping up with this aggressive Marga. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, Fairings, as well, this Marga is really, really aggressive. I feel like the only time that you weren't able to keep up with him was literally for this ult. Other than that, though, he is extremely aggressive. But you're doing so well to try and keep with him, which is completely fine. Nice pick with the Hanzo. Once again, we don't need to Valk here because we know the enemy team hasn't come in yet. The only thing that we have to worry about right now is the Hanzo. How can we avoid the Hanzo? Oh, we could just cut LOS of him. And if we cut LOS of him, we can just vibe about here. And then I'm going to tell you when I would like you to Valk. Oh, go on. Go on. Go on. Nice. Fair enough, you scared him off. But I'd want you to Valk in just a second. Hold on. Okay, never mind. This is still not committed in. Nice heals. Nice. We're in a nice position here. I love how, like, as soon as you know it was gonna okay, I love how you're damage boosting your Marga. I don't see enough people, like, damage boosting their tanks from time to time, especially because, look, our Bastion was, like, back here, our Reaper's not doing anything, so you know that your main blue beam is going to be your Marga. Really, really nice. Love that. We switch to Bastion so you go into turret for him. I'd probably Valk at this point, because the Valk would mean that you would then... Sorry, this is completely going back to the Valk that we did about, like, 30 seconds ago as well, just to clarify. That you already have, like, 35% ult charge off. I would have Valked now, because we could have then quickly got off this res by going behind the points and being like this in order to avoid the nanoed Orisa. Because I feel like we're, like, looking for it, and it's like, we're not going to be able to be an LOS of it, and we end up taking a lot of damage because of it. Whereas if we had our Valk, we could have definitely done it. Unfortunately with the Marga though, he just ends up taking a lot of damage. Try and help your Reaper get out in a second. Nice. Nice, just want to kind of play back for a sec. Nice damage boost onto the Bastion though. It's fine if your Reaper dies there, because he's managed to stall it out really, really nicely. Nice. We switched to Marga because our Bastion's not in LOS. Once again, beam management is really, really great. Nice. Lovely, as we're waiting for the anti to heal. We're off in order, you know, before we go to go and heal. Really, really nice. Honestly, Fairings, I love your, your beam management once again. Your Reaper's TP'd up top. I'm guessing waiting for, oh, no mind, he ended up getting the Hanzo, which is great. Okay, so they have a Bastion up top now, so we want to try and react to that by just rotating underneath. We could also be proactive, which is something that I ask a lot of, like, higher rank Mercies to do, is kind of, like, be kind of thinking ahead and think, okay, what's going to be the dangers? Where are people going to, you know, attack from? We can actually already just be vibing down here, and then we can go and help like this. Fortunately, Reaper ends up getting taken out. Nice res. You know what could make this res even better than what we've just done? Is if we dragged it underneath. The reason why is because we don't really want for this Bastion to then kind of, like, just come out and be like, pew, 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 and just shoot you because you're stationary with this res. I want you to make the most of this and quickly go down and just kind of res bit below here. The reason is because you have the Marga ult in order to, like, block this LOS. So we can kind of, like, just quickly come back down here and help out here. But we keep going. We use a damage boost here because Marga's, antied. And then we can just hit, oops. Stop. Oh. I am so, so sorry. Please, excuse your ears for a second. That's why I need to do the VODs on PC. Okay. Did that. I remember this. That was the res. That was the back out. Okay. So we just talked about this res. This VOD is full of malfunctions. No, quite literally. So, talked about that. Okay, I'll go start it back here. Hi everyone, sorry, I misclicked on my controller and it meant that I decided to go back in the VOD. So we had to go from where we are now, sorry, from the beginning to where we are now again. But we'll keep going. Nice, you know, obviously pinging that you don't have res, really, really great. Just kind of vibing. Okay, so really sorry about that, but we very much kind of just talked about how we could drag the res underneath instead. And now we'll just have to wait for them to come back, so I'm just gonna... Oh, never mind. I missed something. I was gonna skip it forward, but it looks like the team fight ends up happening really, really quickly in a second. So we'll end up hopping up to go and help our Bastion, which is completely fine. Nice. Just obviously be careful of people being up on this high ground. We can actually just vibe on this high ground, by the way, and kind of just vibe here until we can hear the Hanzo kind of pushing up. Because we have this Reaper here as well to protect, this Reaper is probably going to Wraith out before you end up before the Hanzo ends up kind of getting to you guys. So if you can, try just kind of like play on this high ground until you know that the Hanzo is going to be coming, and then you can rotate back away, basically. But nice. Margot ends up falling. Nice res. I appreciate the res. Nice, obviously heals. I'd still keep damage boost to your Bastion here because your Bastion's going to do 10 times more damage to the enemy team than your Morga's going to do. So as soon as, like, when your Bastion's when the Bastion's in his turret form, I would just 100% just focus on damage boosting the Bastion. Nice. Obviously, Reaper's got out quite helpfully, so we don't need to help him out there. Nice, just careful of the Zen. Nice damage boost onto the Bastion. We can res that quick. Very, very nice. Reaper ends up getting antied. I'd back out. Nice. Unfortunately, Morgan's getting caught out by him. We've just used our res. We can't really do anything about it. At this point, we kind of like just want to kind of play for our lives at this point. Because, what's it called? They're going to start pushing forward and we don't have a tank. So we just kind of want to play back and just, you know, let them come in. I feel like it's kind of hard to switch targets like that on the Switch sometimes. Yeah, especially with the FPS, you can struggle a little bit. I fully understand you. But I'll talk more about that at the end if that's alright, Fairings. Nice. Love how you do not panic as soon as you get hit by the Orisa roll and you choose to, save your J to get back. I see so many people see the Orisa and just like, ah, and then, they'll end up wasting their Valk basically. So if you can, I think being more proactive, we would have definitely been a little bit further back here than what we were. But at the same time, we end up kind of salvaging the situation really, really well by saving our GA. Really, really great. Nice damage boost once again. Morga's running like an absolute madman. Nice. Obviously helping him. We pop Valk as soon as we can for the extra heals. Ooh, okay. Wait out the Bastion ult before we go and res. Remember, we don't need to be on the ground for the Bastion ult to hit us. We can actually be in the air for it to hit us. So if we can, try just to wait out the Bastion ult before we go to res. Remember, as soon as someone dies, we don't need to be going in for the res straight away. Wait for the best opportunity to res, which will probably be when this Orisa pushes forward to target the Bastion. We can then go in for the res. But a little bit too aggressive on the res there, but it's fine. All good. See what ends up happening. Reaper's actually got 2, which is kind of insane, and your Moira's just ulted. Nice, so we know there's going to be a Tracer. Nice. That's how you're helping your, your thingy with it, your Moira with him. Honestly, Fairings. If you didn't tell me that was a Switch mod before this, I would have said it was probably like an Xbox or like you know, like a normal console VOD, because you manage that FPS so well. And honestly, I'm going to give you a quick piece of advice. As soon as you are able to get that money for that PS5, get it. Because you are amazing already, Fairings. This is absolutely amazing VOD. I want to start off by saying that your damage boosted healing, with especially with your Morga, who's been really aggressive, you were so good with that. I absolutely love it. It was really great. Absolutely loved it. So good. I think your main key things to start off with is your positioning ever so slightly. There's been a few times where we're kind of like just stood out in the open, or we're not like being pre-prepared for stuff. What I'll do is I'll talk to you more in the future about being proactive, because I feel there's a few little things that we need to tweak first before I talk about that, because it's something that a lot of higher rank Mercies develop a little bit later on. And also it requires a lot more game knowledge and stuff like that. But yeah, so if you can, try just kind of position yourselves a little bit better. So position yourself kind of ready and off to the side. Just making sure that we're not kind of vibing out in the middle. We talked as well a lot about playing with the Pharah and not using the mini super jumps. If we can, try to use those cancel GAs. In fact, oh, Eva is here. Let me quickly show you. Eva, can you come and... Eva, can you just quickly invite me to a practice range? Because I want to talk more about playing with Pharah a little bit more. And the last thing as well is your Valk fairing. I want you to kind of look at a Valk guide. I've got one on my TikTok, or you can watch people's like Neandras and Skieskis and stuff like that, or anyone that's done a Valk guide basically. I think definitely if you can, try to watch one of them, because they will definitely, I think the Neandra one is really good, because it helps really kind of tell you when you need to Valk. I feel like your Valks are really good, Fairings, do not get me wrong. Your Valks are great because you understand when you want to Valk, and sorry, no, you don't understand when you want to Valk. You understand how to position with Valk. You're struggling with where you want to play with your Valk. Let me just quickly show you with the cancel GAs. So as you can see, Pharah goes up. I'll just do these quick little cancel GAs like this. Eva, can you like fly? How do I move? But as you can you see how like I'm just doing these little cancel GAs like this, and I'm keeping up with the Pharah. Sorry, I don't have a beam on. But can you see how like I'm doing these like soul like cancel GAs and how well I'm keeping up with her still? We can then say the Pharah drops a little bit, we still want to keep the height. We can still do our little like what's called super jumps and stuff like that. But can you see how like we're keeping up with the Pharah still? Sure, okay, let's do a what's called thing to keep up. But can you see how I'm utilizing them GA cancels to try and keep with her? I want you to use them a little bit more when you're playing with your Pharahs, because instead of, because you'll see the issues with the GA things. Can you see how I'm not in beam range with her and I have to wait for it? Whereas if we're just doing our what's called our normal GAs like this, can you see how much easier I'm being able to keep up with the Pharah? Now with Pharah's positioning, you'll learn that a little bit more. When you when you play the game more, you'll understand where the Pharah's positioned some more, so like you'll be a little bit more used to like where they want to go basically. But that's kind of like the main thing. But yeah, other than that though, Fairings, honestly, get yourself a new console. Highly recommend that for you because you play so well. And honestly, good luck to you with getting into Diamond, because I feel like you could definitely do it. Hello. And I guess we'll end with with Eva here. But yeah, thank you so much everyone on YouTube as well as on Twitch who've been watching this. You guys can get your own VOD views. You have 7,500 channel points. I do them on my Twitch on Sundays, but I'll stream on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays too. The VODs are completely for free. All you have to do is essentially just come onto the streams and save up the 7.5k channel points and then redeem it on a Sunday. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Bye!